Good morning. Okay, so I have been taking forever to get through this book. I usually blow through books, but this one I'm just being intentionally slow because there's so many truth nuggets. But I need to get it back to the library. So I was finishing it up and I hit this chapter. It's the chapter called On Snow. So if you don't have the book or you're not that far along, I just want you to listen. And you can close your eyes so you don't have to look at me. But just listen, because this, for me, I was like, this is what it is. So she's talking about how snow has no other job than to fall. Kind of like rain. Rain has no other job than to fall. Fall on the earth, God says to the snow. That's it. Just do one thing. Just fall. And then he says to the rain shower, be a mighty downpour. Essentially, he's saying, just do the thing I've actually created you to do. You're rain, so rain. You're snow, so snow. And she says, I love the simplicity of that, the tremendous weight that's taken off my shoulders. And then a little further in, she says, what do you do with the ease and lightness of falling snow? Many of us have wandered so far from those things. We've gotten wrapped up in what someone else wanted us to be, what we thought would keep us happy and safe and gain us approval. But there's tremendous value in traveling back to our essential selves, the loves and skills and passions that God planted inside of us long ago. When I look at my life these days, I see the threads of passion and identity that I've carried through my whole life. Books and reading, people and connection, food and the table. These are the things I've always loved, and they continue to bring me great joy and fulfillment. Think about your adolescent self, your child self, the you've always been. God imprinted a sacred, beautiful collection of passions and capacities right onto your heart. What do you love? What does your passion bubble over for? So much of adulthood is peeling off the layers of expectation and pressure and protecting those things that lie beneath. We live in a culture that shouts, that prescribes rather narrowly what it means to be a woman, what it means to be a success, what it means to live a valuable life. But those definitions require us to live on a treadmill, both literally and figuratively, always hustling to fit in, to be thin enough and young enough and sparkly enough. For our homes to be large and spotless, our children well-mannered and clean-faced, our dreams orderly and profitable. But that's not life. That's not where the fullness of joy and meaning are found. The snow is only meant, created, and commanded to fall. The rain is only meant, created, commanded to pour down. You were only meant, created, commanded to be who you are, weird and wonderful, imperfect and messy and lovely. That is a chapter called On Snow. And like, if you aren't very far into the book, skip to that chapter and read it and then go back to where you're at. It's so good. And I'm finding the more personal development I do and the more I dig into who I am, like my naive, foolish 18-year-old self actually knew myself better. Like I was naive but I knew what made me tick. And I feel like that's where kids are always ahead of us as adults because we have so much hustle and there's so much like opinions and expectation and we get so caught up on the hamster wheel. And if you just go back to your adolescent self and the things that make you happy and the things that make you tick, it's probably going to give you a big aha into what it is that you really need in life, what you really want, and what will make you your best you. So anyways, I'm finishing up this book, and it's awesome. Like I said before, it's a little heavy on Christianity for me. I totally like classify myself as a Christian, but sometimes the like in-depth Bible beating makes me uncomfortable. So, but it's good. There's a lot of truth nuggets, so no matter where you're at on your faith journey, I think that you can get something out of this. Anna Taylor had a great point that she wants her husband to listen to it, but she doesn't think he could listen to it being read by a woman. So if you have a man in your life that you want to listen to this, I would say maybe just record the pieces you want them to listen to. I don't know. Unless you tend to like, nag them all the time and when they hear your voice they just tune out, then that wouldn't be very helpful. But anyways, this book has been great and I would love to hear what your takeaways, what your ahas are. I know we're still pretty early into the month, so no pressure if you haven't even started, but I am finishing it up to take it back to the library before we leave on our trip, and I just wanted to share that because it gave me goosebumps, and reading it again gives me goosebumps. I'm like, rain is just supposed to rain, and snow is just supposed to snow, and I have to figure out what it is that I'm supposed to do and do that regardless of what all the outside noise and chatter and expectation says. Pretty awesome stuff. All right, guys. Make it a great day.